Come with me to the American Museum of Natural History, Part 1, The Banana Girl. Alright boys, this is where we start our main quest. We just spawn in. Tickets are only $1 if you're a New York resident. Say no more. Time to get activated. Also, shout out my Uber. He was deaf, but he was absolutely a legend. Met up with one of my fans, Bingo Bongo 334. He was taking a business call with Big Joel. After 30 minutes of finding out where to go, this is where we pull up. This is the dense forest at dawn. Absolute heat. Back to my deaf Uber since we have some downtime. He got beeped all the way here, but didn't give a fuck because he couldn't hear it anyways. Over here we have some exotic sea creatures and a couple mushrooms, I think. A lot of plant-based stuff over here. I'm not a big plant-based guy. I usually eat all my meats, as you can tell by my pre-dinner Whoppers. Yum. Also, I gave the Uber a 5 out of 5. Then I walked in this room with a giant whale in the middle of it. Also, I felt like the Sith in Star Wars looking down on everyone. Unlocked a new character in my lore. This is the Banana Girl. She was absolutely dope and held my banana. 10 out of 10 on the Banana Girl. Since I couldn't teleport everywhere, I had to walk up these stairs. It's part of the main quest. So be it. You gotta do it sometimes, you know? Sheep, sheep, sheep. Then we end up back in this room with all the exotic sea creatures. The lighting was pretty dope in this place, I'm not gonna lie. Here's Unk over here looking at the Demogorgon right there with all the other plants. Pretty dope. Also, here's Banana Girl. She spawned back in. And then look at this absolute unit of a jellyfish. Holy chungus. Then they had this little cubby over here that reminded me of Tampa, Florida. Pretty dope. Shout out Tampa, Florida, baby. Also shout out Gaspies. Use the teleport here to get into the eyes on the universe. I used the boost here to get to the Rock Raiders room. There were so many sick exotic rocks. Over here is the cube from Transformers 1. Pretty dope. For science terms, it was called the Singing Stone. Absolute legendary artifact. Here's some more walls with a lot more stones. Pretty sick. There were so many stones in this room, I actually wasn't even able to see all of them because I didn't have enough time, but it was pretty dope in here, and the lighting was chef's kiss. Over here is a brain. A lot of people are lacking that nowadays, so I got to shout that out. After using a teleport again, I ended up in a gift store. That was pretty dope. There was a ton of merch here in this place. Here's a bunch of little displays you can buy of all the artifacts in this museum. Pretty sick, but this is only like 20% of this entire merch store too, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to have to make a part 2 because I'm not going to have enough room for all this in a video. Shout out Banana Girl. Also drop a like and a follow, and I'll see you in part 2, boys.